2 years after being convicted of murdering her husband, trucking millionaire Frances Hall requests a new trial.
This type of thing touches everybody, anybody who's married, and there's an affair. I mean, this just captured a lot of attention.
The Republican-controlled Texas State Board of Education renames a class, a people, and a field of study. As San Antonio's housing market enters its busy summer season, buyers contend with soaring prices and a record low supply of homes for sale. And on the final day of Fiesta 2018, charros and escaramuzas excite at fan-favorite Fiesta Charreada.
The forces locally want to keep it local, and I think that's been the great success.
I'm Chance Dorland with your Express Briefing for Monday, April 30th. Subscribe to this and other free content at expressnews.com/podcasts. And get each day's top news and sports headlines delivered to your inbox at expressnews.com/newsletters. 2 years ago, Frances Hall was convicted of murder in the death of her husband during a 70-mile-per-hour three-way vehicle chase involving Frances, her husband Bill, and Bill's lover, in a case that garnered national attention due to both the lovers' triangle and the trial's sentencing verdict, when the jury agreed with the defense that Frances acted under sudden passion and was sentenced to only 2 years. I spoke with San Antonio Courts reporter Elizabeth Zavala about an update on the case for this week's episode of The Docket, a podcast from the Express News discussing law and crime in San Antonio, available for free at expressnews.com/podcasts.
A murder is a first-degree felony punishable by 5 to 99 years or life in prison. But the sudden passion in the punishment phase becomes a punishment of 2 to 20 years. So you can either get 2 years or you can get 20 years or somewhere in between. Now, in Frances Hall's case, she received 2 years on the murder conviction and 2 years on the conviction for aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. But currently, she has a release date that is set for September. So she did get the lower end of the punishment phase.
As Frances Hall's release date nears, a new request has been made by the defense.
One of her defense attorneys has filed a motion for a new trial, citing ineffective counsel. And what he is saying is that they had an expert who would have testified that because Bill Hall had COPD, respiratory issues, that he did not die from injuries received in the crash, that it was because he did not have the type of care while he was en route by a helicopter ambulance to a hospital in regard to his respiratory issues. So that he could have lived had he had a different treatment at the scene or in the helicopter ambulance.
My full conversation with San Antonio Courts reporter Elizabeth Zavala is available for free download online at expressnews.com/podcasts. More than half of Texas's 5.4 million school-aged children are Mexican-American or of other Latino backgrounds, and by 2015, that will grow to almost 70%. And for more than 4 years, academics and activists have been advocating for a Mexican-American Studies course before the Texas State Board of Education. Now, after approving the development of standards for a course of that name, the Republican-controlled board has renamed the course A People and a Field of Study. The course's name has been changed to Ethnic Studies, an overview of Americans of Mexican descent, a change that means both a new identity for those identifying with the group, as well as renaming a nationally recognized field of study. Public comment on the change is open and will continue to be taken online and in person for several months. As San Antonio's housing market enters its busy summer season, buyers once again are contending with soaring prices and a record low supply of homes for sale. For those looking for a home in an affordable price range, generally below $200,000, the local market is more hostile than it has been at any other time in recent history and shows no sign of letting up. Like many cities in the U.S., as San Antonio's population and job growth have increased demand for homes, but builders haven't been able to keep up. Economists say the perfect storm has caused prices to spiral upwards. The local area's inventory of available homes, which is a closely watched statistic that measures the average time it takes for a home to be sold if no new homes are listed, hit a record low of 3.1 months in December and has hovered slightly above that line since, landing at 3.3 months in March. An inventory of 6 months indicates a market that is balanced between buyers and sellers, meaning homes are now flying off the shelves. Local experts say buyers can cope with the tight market by getting pre-approved for loans before beginning their search, and by meeting with their real estate agents to make sure they have a good understanding of what they are looking for in a home, as well as sending written letters to sellers as a way to stand out from the crowd of buyers. And on the final day of Fiesta 2018, Sunday charros and escaramuzas excited crowd members at the fan-favorite event of Fiesta Charreada. I recently spoke with San Antonio Express News writer Elaine Ayala about the history and future of Fiesta for our weekly In-Depth podcast, available for free download at expressnews.com/podcasts.
Fiesta started as a historic tribute to the defenders and heroes of the Alamo, but has expanded far beyond to today's 110 events under one label, Fiesta San Antonio. So it is like so many huge festivals throughout the country, like the Mardi Gras, that just kind of goes on for days, and there are official events and unofficial events.
Among other items, Ayala says Fiesta's local connection is what makes the San Antonio celebration stand out.
What local Fiesta leaders seem to say is that we could have, many years ago, and we still could, bring in huge talent for a festival, make it more than it ever was, but the forces locally want to keep it local. And I think that's been the great success.
And that's your daily San Antonio Express News briefing for Monday, April 30th. Subscribe to this and other free content at expressnews.com/podcasts. I'm Chance Dorland.